In the heart of the African savanna, where golden grasslands stretched beyond the horizon and acacia trees stood like sentinels, Ranger Daniel patrolled the vast wilderness. He had spent years protecting the land and its wildlife, knowing the delicate balance of life here was easily disrupted. But nothing could have prepared him for what he would encounter one fateful afternoon. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows as Daniel drove his jeep along a dusty trail. His radio cracked to life. "Ranger Daniel, we have reports of a lone lion cub near the northern perimeter. No sign of the mother or the pride." Daniel's grip on the wheel tightened. A lone cub in the wild was a death sentence. Without its mother, it wouldn't last a day. The predators that roamed these lands showed no mercy to the weak. With a swift turn, he headed toward the coordinates, dust kicking up behind him. This lost lion cub is facing serious danger. Like and comment 1 to support Ranger Daniel in finding and returning the cub to its mother before predators attack. After an hour of searching, he spotted movement near a dry riverbed. A tiny lion cub, barely a few weeks old, huddled in the sparse shade of a fallen tree. It let out pitiful cries, its golden fur matted with dust, eyes wide with fear. Then Daniel's blood ran cold. A pack of hyenas slinked out of the tall grass, their eyes glinting with cruel hunger. The cub let out a disenchanted squeal as the scavengers closed in, circling their helpless prey. Daniel didn't think, he acted. Slamming the jeep into gear, he roared towards them, blaring the horn. The hyenas hesitated, then scattered as he leaped out, rifle in hand. The lion cub cowered, trembling violently. Daniel scanned the area, his pulse still pounding. Where was its mother? Lions didn't abandon their young unless something terrible had happened. Perhaps they had been separated when the mother went hunting, or worse, the poachers had captured her. His heart clenched at the thought. Kneeling, he reached out a hand. The cub recoils, bearing tiny fangs, but its trembling body betrays its fear. "Easy, little one," Daniel murmured. "I'm not here to hurt you." Carefully, he wrapped the cub in a soft blanket and lifted it into his arms. It was lighter than it should have been, weak from hunger and dehydration. There was no time to waste. He had to find its mother, and quickly. As he drove, the cub nestled against his chest, occasionally mewing. Daniel knew the mother wouldn't have gone far if she were still alive. But if she had been injured or taken, finding her would be near impossible. Hours passed. The savannah turned crimson under the setting sun. Daniel slowed the vehicle as he reached a watering hole where he had last seen a pride a few days earlier. He shut off the engine, listening. The deep, resonant roar of a lioness echoed in the distance. His heart leaped. The cub's ears perked up. It recognized the sound. "That's your mother, isn't it?" he whispered. Determined, he followed the sound, driving carefully through the rugged terrain. Another roar, closer this time. Then he saw her. A magnificent lioness stood atop a small hill, scanning the land below. Her golden coat glistened in the fading light, but something was wrong. Her body was tense, eyes frantic. She was searching for her missing cub. Daniel parked a safe distance away. He had seen mother lions fight to the death to protect their young. If she perceived him as a threat, she wouldn't hesitate to attack. He had to be careful. He gently placed the cub on the ground. It hesitated, then let out a weak cry. The lioness's head snapped toward them. For a moment, there was silence. Then, like a lightning bolt, she charged. Daniel's instinct screamed at him to run, but he stood his ground, heart pounding. The lioness skidded to a stop just feet away, nostrils flaring. She growled lowly, her muscles coiled, ready to strike. The cub, sensing its mother, let out another cry and stumbled toward her. The lioness's expression changed in an instant. Her ears pricked forward, and her tense posture softened. She took slow, cautious steps toward her baby, sniffing the air. Daniel barely breathed as he watched the moment unfold. The cub nuzzled against its mother's massive paw, and the lioness responded with a deep, rumbling purr. Relief washed over him as she gently picked up her baby by the scruff and began carrying it back toward the hill. But then something unexpected happened. The lioness stopped. She turned back to Daniel, golden eyes locking onto his. Time seemed to stand still. Then, in a move that defied all logic, she did something extraordinary. She let out a soft, almost grateful chuff, a sound lions used to greet those they trusted. Daniel's breath caught in his throat. Was she thanking him? The lioness lingered for a moment longer before disappearing into the tall grass with her cub. Daniel stood frozen, the weight of the moment sinking in. That night, he returned to the ranger station, still shaken by the encounter. The footage from his body camera, capturing the lioness's gratitude, was uploaded online. Within days, the story spread like wildfire. People from around the world were moved by the emotional reunion and the unexpected bond between man and beast. In the weeks that followed, Daniel often patrolled the same area, a quiet hope resonating within him, a desire to catch a glimpse of the lioness and her cub. He felt a deep, unspoken responsibility, an invisible thread connecting him to their well-being. The savanna, with its shifting hues and whispering grasses, held their secrets, and he was determined to witness their flourishing. One morning, as he parked his Jeep near the familiar watering hole, the place where life congregated in the dry season, he saw them. The sight was a balm to his soul. The cub had grown stronger, its once wobbly legs now sturdy, its playful energy a testament to its resilience. It playfully pounced on its mother's tail, a dance of innocence and burgeoning strength, no longer the fragile creature he had once cradled in his arms, its tiny body trembling with vulnerability. The lioness, her coat gleaming in the morning sun, lifted her head, her senses sharp, spotting Daniel's Jeep. For a brief moment, time seemed to stand still. She simply watched him, her golden eyes calm and knowing, a gaze that held the wisdom of the wild. There was no aggression, no fear, only a profound stillness. Then, with a slow, deliberate blink, a universal sign of trust among animals, a silent acknowledgement of their shared experience, she turned and led her cub away, back into the wild, into the heart of their domain. Daniel exhaled, feeling the weight of the moment settle in his chest, a wave of emotion washing over him. He had always known that nature had its own way of acknowledging kindness, a subtle language of gestures and instincts. But to witness it firsthand, to feel the tangible presence of that trust, was something he would never forget. It was a moment etched in his memory, a reminder of the profound connection between humans and the wild. He understood then, more deeply than ever, that conservation was not just about protecting animals, but about fostering a relationship of respect and understanding. As the lioness disappeared into the tall grass with her cub, the golden hues of their fur blending seamlessly with the landscape, Daniel remained still, absorbing the profound connection they had formed. He knew their paths would cross again, in the vast expanse of the savanna, and when they did, he would always carry a silent understanding that even in the untamed wilderness, where survival was a daily struggle, there existed a bond that transcended fear, one built on respect, trust, and the unspoken language of gratitude. It was a bond forged in a moment of vulnerability, solidified by acts of compassion. He climbed back into his Jeep, casting one last glance toward the savanna, the landscape bathed in the warm light of the rising sun. Somewhere out there, beneath the vast African sky, a mother lion and her cub thrived. Because of him, because of the collective efforts of those who cared. And that was enough. It was more than enough. It was a testament to the power of human compassion, a reminder that even the smallest act of kindness could ripple through the wild, creating a legacy of hope and resilience. And so, in the heart of the wild, a bond was forged. A testament to the power of compassion, this incredible story reminds us that even in the face of fear, kindness can bridge the divide between man and beast. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more extraordinary tales from the wild. Share this unforgettable moment. and let's spread the message of hope and understanding.